Hello, friends. So, I have a confession to make. A year ago, I did a video. I did 3 videos. It was a Les Paul shootout videos where I did a bunch of Les Pauls and Les Paul body guitars compared to each other, and I did a huge just comparison. I did Epiphone, I did Gibson, I did Agile, I did LTD, I did ESP. But there was one guitar that I actually left out, and I didn't want to tell people just yet because I wanted to see if you can tell a difference. Now, I know my video camera quality is not amazing, so not a lot of people may have even pointed it out. Honestly, I don't think you can hear the difference. This is a fake Gibson. And I used this in that video, in those videos, and I didn't tell anyone that this was a Gibson fake. Now, I know whenever I did my guitar collection video, some of you guys actually were smart enough and already knew, and you said, Eric, that looks like a fake. Which, you guys that spotted that, freaking, you guys are really, really good. Because I was trying to hide all of the parts showing that it was fake. But to go back and rephrase what this is a fake Gibson. This is not a USA made guitar. This is actually made in China. If you didn't know that, China makes everything, but China also makes a bunch of fakes of everything. They make fake Gucci, fake aviators, they make a bunch of fakes. Well, they got into the market of making fake Gibsons. And it's kind of shocking because some of them actually do look like a real Gibson. The way how you can tell between a real and a fake Gibson, there's some other people online that will describe it way better. But dead giveaways that you guys saw in my guitar collection video when you guys pointed it out, which I don't think it was, I'm not sure if it was in the video, but it has a scarf joint. A scarf joint is 2 pieces of wood that are glued together, and you can see it right here. It's a little like oval. That was a dead giveaway because Gibson does not do that, and they would never do that on a $1,000 or $2,000, $3,000 guitar. Another way you can tell is the logo is a little bit off. If you really stare at it compared to another Gibson, you can see the difference. If I would compare to a real one, this is a Gibson SG and a Gibson Les Paul, maybe you can see the difference in the video. I can't really point them out right now because I can't see them back to back, but that is another way you can tell. The Les Paul is not as pretty looking. The standard, you can kind of see all of the writing doesn't really, it kind of bleeds a little bit. And then if you really look, I don't know if you can see the shiny part, you can actually see some indents in the wood on the headstock. The nut is just a piece of plastic. This is the big part for me that I knew is, let me go around the video and see. If you can see, there's actually a little hole right here showing the pickup cavity. And that is a dead giveaway because Gibson would never do that. And the other reason is it's really light. And I like that. How I got this guitar was actually through my good buddy RJ. And he tricked me. I went to his house, was playing a bunch of guitars, and he handed me this without telling me that this was a fake. And I did notice it was lighter, but I didn't realize it was a fake. I started playing it and I said, it doesn't feel as solid as a Gibson, and I felt like, I thought it was him, but I thought he set it up kind of really weird. And then he told me it was a fake, and then it all made sense. I was really shocked though, because the reason why I used this in that video too, and I didn't just use it, is this is not stock. Everything in this guitar, pickups the pots, the input jack, the tuners. The only thing that I think is still original is the tailpiece, the bridge, probably these little pickup plastic covers, and the nut. Everything else is actually Gibson, and he replaced all of it, and he put a DiMarzio Breedlove in the bridge and a Gibson 57 in the neck. I believe it was 57. Let me see. Yes. Gibson 57. Sorry, I had to make sure. Anyways, so this is a Gibson pickup, DiMarzio pickup, and everything else is pretty much swapped out besides these two. And it actually plays and sounds really well. Also, what he did too is he leveled the frets. He level the frets to where they're actually level, not sounding like dead frets and buzzy frets and all that. So he did level them, and that actually made the hugest difference. Now, if I hand this to a guy that's been playing a Gibson for a really long time, a Gibson Les Paul, and he's an older, more experienced player, is he going to know the difference? Yeah, probably. But now if I hand it to anyone that's been playing Epiphones and Gibsons and hasn't been playing that long or has been playing for a few years, I don't know if they would know the difference because it plays pretty damn good. I really do like this guitar. It is very, very pretty. There's some kind of few, I don't know, spots where, you're like, okay, that looks like Epiphone quality. But what I will say, though, this is made in China, and so is Epiphone Les Pauls. Epiphone is owned by Gibson, as we know. So, what's the difference? This one says Gibson on it, and the other one says Epiphone. People can talk all day about the woods, and I looked online, and a lot of people were saying these are the real woods. This is mahogany. This is rosewood. I personally don't even really care because it sounds good. That's all that matters to me. And I like the fact that it is lighter. So whatever they did to make it lighter, you can look online and find out what these Gibsons are made out of. Some people say they're real. Some people say they're fake. I actually have seen more people say that the wood in this is real rather than being fake. So another thing that I thought was kind of funny, though. This is a serial number, and it also says Made in USA in the back. And I looked that serial number up, and it's real. And it says that it's made in Nashville, and it was made 1995 or whatever. And these freaking Chinese people are freaking savages because that is super, super illegal. Because I reprinted, I retyped it and made sure that I was like, is this really the serial number? So when you are buying a Gibson, you need to really bring a friend that knows what a Gibson fake is, or you need to do your research, because the people that were messaging me on my page are like, Eric, I'm sorry to tell you, but I really hope you didn't buy that Les Paul Standard for a lot because you got ripped off. That's a fake. And did I buy this for a lot? Hell no. I basically made a bunch of trades with RJ, and I got this through it, and I could have sold it because I bought a bunch of his guitars to sell, like you've seen. And this was one I was like, yo, I told him right off the bat. I said, yo, RJ, if you ever sell this guitar, let me get first dibs. And then he called me, and then he said he needs to sell a bunch of guitars, and I was like, I will buy this one from you, and I will buy a bunch of other ones from you because you're a good friend of mine. But yeah, do I recommend this guitar? Yes and no, because when you order these offline, I did not order it and he did not order it. He bought it from a friend, but U.S. Customs can actually confiscate this if they find out it's fake, and they will destroy it, and apparently you won't get your money back, and that's not good. That's actually quite scary. These go for stock, they come with all Chinese parts for about $200, $300, $400, and they come with a Gibson case. And I will tell you, the Gibson case is complete garbage. It doesn't look anything like a Gibson case. It's made out of bullshit. I got that in with this guitar, and I got rid of the case right away because it was a dead giveaway that you have a fake Gibson, and I hated that idea. But so it is very risky to order these on these websites that you'll see. People, you can find them. And it's pretty impressive because they actually have a lot of crazy looking guitars. I've really wanted to order one for the longest time, but I was too scared because I've heard, you can see YouTube videos, I've heard people saying that these guitars are awful. I've heard these people say these guitars are awesome. You can type in Chipson, like as if it's China and Gibson, and that's an actual, like, it's considered the brand of this guitar, and it's just a Chinese guitar. I think that these are just about as good as quality as Epiphone, but before Epiphone releases those Epiphones to go on the floor, they inspect them and make sure there's not like super bad ones. And I think these Gibsons, the fake Chipsons, I think that they don't do that. So if they make a guitar and it has a dead fret, they're going to give it to you, which Epiphone has done that many times. But what I will say is if you get this stock and you get an Epiphone, the Epiphone standard stock, it's pretty damn close. If you level the frets of this one, I actually prefer this more. The reason being is it just feels better to me. I don't know. I mean, they're about the same. Epiphone and these are about the same, but I will tell you, like, one of my best friends, Tim, he plays this, and he said every time he gets in my man cave, he picks this guitar up first because he really loves how it sounds. I think it does sound really good. There are a few dead frets in it, but I don't think it really affects the tone as far as what you would think. But like, this is the acoustics of it without it even being plugged in. Still ringing. It sounds pretty good, like even the acoustics of it. And I did do that Les Paul shootout video that you can see, and I actually played a little bit out of tune, so I feel like that was a bad giveaway of just not making this guitar compete with the others. But let's hear how it sounds. This is, I'm just going through an MG, Marshall MG, with a Mesa 212 Vintage 30s. And let's just play the clean channel on the neck. Now I will say, even though this is a fret job, I don't know if it needs another fret job, like leveling frets or what, but like I can hear some dead spots, like on this neck, on this note, you can hear it buzzing. Another thing too is the action. Let's see, I don't know if you can see my eyes under it. The action is pretty high, but is it playable still? Yeah, it's of course it's playable. I can't really like say that, it's the best action, but it's definitely damn good for the price I paid for it and for what it sounds like. Bridge pickup. pretty good. Now, let's hit some distortion. And let's see what we sound Sorry, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just random jamming, but... So yes, does this sound good? I think it kicks ass. It definitely kicks ass and takes names, and this is going to be a stage guitar for me. I totally love it. It definitely has that Appetite of Destruction look to it, and I'll be honest with you, if you know me and if you follow my YouTube, I've said many times before, I repeat, I am not buying a guitar for over $1,000. I don't think it's worth the money, because I've played guitars that are $800 and they play like $2,000 guitars, or I've bought $2,000 guitars for $800. So I will not buy a Les Paul Standard anytime soon because they don't ever go for under $1,000 unless if they are beat to shit, and I don't want that because I already have an Epiphone that's beat the crap, and I don't want a Gibson to be. I don't know. I just don't want it. I will say though, that is the only time I've ever lied to you guys on YouTube. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry because I really wanted to see, and no one really noticed. Besides the people that can tell by the looks of it. So I really think if I played live with this, no one's going to know. The only people that are going to know are other people that really know Gibsons. I think sound-wise, this guitar kicks total ass. I think it plays metal that I want. I'm playing on a Marshall MG right now out of a 212, and it sounds great. So I will be doing other covers. I probably will do... I'll probably do a grunge cover, like a grunge guitar sound. I'll probably do like Dead Sarah, and then I'll do Amberlin, Feel Good Drag, just simple covers. So then you can actually see what it sounds like compared to real songs, I guess. I'll probably try to do like Welcome Home by Coheed and Cambria. Just fun songs that I've learned recently that I don't know, want to share. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions about this guitar, please feel free to ask, and I can try to answer them, or other people in the comments can answer them for you. I can do other videos of this, and also, if you do donate money to my channel, I will buy a new camera, and that new camera will sound much better because I'm going to get it with microphone inputs, and I'm going to start actually miking and sounding good. So if you want to hear this guitar again through a better camera, all you have to do is donate or whatever, $1, I don't care. And whenever I get that new camera, I will make a new video of whatever you want. Anyways, to kind of end this up is, I do recommend this guitar and I don't. I think it's dangerous to order across the country and also take the risk of you not even getting it, or getting it and it's a piece of shit. It's kind of like ordering an Epiphone overseas too. Like, let the Epiphone go to the store and you try out the store. Try out the store. Let Epiphone ship to the store and then play the Epiphone and see if you like it. Because Epiphone is the same exact thing as these, except for the only thing with these is music stores do not sell these because it's illegal. Super illegal. And I think if they ever did, they literally sell it for dirt cheap, or they get paid to destroy them, I think. But I did see one fake Gibson whenever I worked in the music store that I used to work at, and someone brought it in, and that one I can actually tell. I was like, yeah, that looks like shit. I don't know, but like this one though, look at that. But don't let the pictures fool you. Sometimes they can look better than the pictures that they have online. I want to say I don't recommend buying them from it because I do want to say support USA, support our country. But I will say though, Gibson Les Pauls are overpriced. So I would love to get endorsed by Gibson, like someday. But if I get endorsed by Gibson, I'll destroy this guitar on video for Gibson if they ever endorse me. Doubt that's ever going to happen. So in the meantime, I'm keeping this one. But all my other Gibsons are real. All my Gibson SGs are real, which I'm going to do another video. I have another one to show you about Gibson SGs. Anyways, that is it. I will try to answer you guys' questions. If you want any more reviews or demos of this guitar, just let me know in the comments. Let me know what you thought of this video. Anyways, peace out, guys. Definitely subscribe, comment below. Have a great night or day. Toodaloo.